Welcome back to NightlyHaven In The Light. I'm your host, Nikki. Today, we're stepping into one of the most fascinating mysteries where faith, science, archaeology, and yes, even a little conspiracy all collide. Now, the Bible tells us in Genesis that after 40 days and 40 nights of rain, after the fountains of the deep burst open, after the world was covered in water, Noah's Ark came to rest on the Mount of Ararat. For thousands of years, people have searched those mountains. Some climbed glaciers. Some interviewed locals who claimed their grandparents had seen a giant wooden structure protruding from the ice. Others believe the Ark has long since rotted away. Then, in 1959, a Turkish army captain photographed something unusual from the air. A gigantic boat-shaped formation resting on a mountainside about 18 miles south of the Mount of Ararat. Today is known as the Durupinar Formation. At first glance, it simply looks like an oddly shaped hill. But from above, it looks remarkably like the outline of a ship, and that's where the story begins. The formation measures approximately 515 feet long. Genesis tells us Noah's Ark was 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Depending on which ancient cubit measurement scholars use, those dimensions fall surprisingly close to what researchers had measured at the site. Is that enough to prove it's Noah's Ark? No, but it's enough to make people ask questions, and questions have a way of leading to discoveries. Over the past several years, research teams have returned with technology that Noah himself could never have imagined. Ground-penetrating radar, soil sampling, three-dimensional imaging. Instead of digging into the site, which Turkish authorities currently prohibit, they've been looking beneath the surface. According to researchers, the scan reveals long parallel anomalies running the length of the formation. Even more intriguing, some of those anomalies appear to cross one another, creating what looks like compartments. If you ever looked at ancient shipwrecks, that pattern should sound familiar. When archaeologists discover ancient wooden ships buried beneath mud or underwater, the wood usually doesn't survive forever. Instead, the wood decays. Sediment fills the empty spaces. Minerals slowly replace organic material. What remains isn't always the ship itself. Sometimes it's a geological imprint of where the ship once rested. It's almost like nature creates a cast of the vessel. Researchers point to scans from famous shipwrecks around the world where radar images reveal long ribs, internal beams, curved hulls, compartment walls. Interestingly, they argue that the Durupinar scans display similar geometric patterns rather than the random fractures you'd expect from an ordinary rock. Does that mean it's definitely a ship? No. But they believe it deserves serious scientific investigation. Then there's the soil. Researchers claim samples taken from inside the boat-shaped formation differ from the surrounding hillside. Some analyses have reportedly found higher organic content and differences in mineral composition. Again, not proof, but another intriguing piece to the puzzle. Now, here's where the conspiracy side begins. The team studying the formation says something interesting. If this was an ancient Roman ship or a Viking vessel, the archaeological world would likely celebrate the discovery. Instead, every new finding seems to ignite another wave of criticism. Some researchers claim they're ridiculed before anyone even examines their data. Others believe the evidence is dismissed simply because of what it could represent. After all, finding Noah's Ark wouldn't just be another archaeological discovery. It would be one of the most significant discoveries in human history. It would force millions of people, both believers and skeptics, to revisit one of the oldest stories ever written. Is that why emotions run so high? Or is it the criticism simply part of the good science demanding strong evidence? That's a question each of us has to answer honestly. One thing I appreciate is this: Christianity has never been afraid of archaeology. Again and again, discoveries have confirmed places, kings, civilizations, and events that critics once insisted never existed. The Hittites, the Pool of Bethesda, the Tel Dan Stele, mentioning the House of David, the Dead Sea Scrolls preserving scripture with astonishing accuracy. Time after time, history catches up with the Bible. Could Noah's Ark be next? Maybe, and maybe not. But here's the truth that matters most. My faith doesn't stand because someone finds an ancient boat. My faith stands because Jesus walked out of an empty tomb. If tomorrow archaeologists announced that the Durupinar Formation was simply an unusual rock formation, I'd still believe. If tomorrow they uncovered undeniable evidence that it was Noah's Ark, I'd still believe. Because archaeology can strengthen faith, it can encourage faith, it can even answer questions, but it was never meant to replace faith. Maybe that's why I find the story so fascinating. Whether you're a scientist, a skeptic, a history buff, or someone searching for God, this mountain invites us all to ask one question: what if the Bible has been telling the truth all along? And perhaps the greatest discoveries aren't the ones that prove God exists. They're the ones that remind us to keep seeking Him. If this mystery fascinated you, let me know in the comments. Do you think the Durupinar Formation could actually be Noah's Ark? Or do you believe it's a natural geological formation? Let's keep the discussion respectful, thoughtful, and grounded in both faith and evidence. If you enjoyed today's journey through history, archaeology, and scripture, don't forget to like, subscribe, and become part of the Nightly Haven in the Light family. Until next time, remember this: faith isn't afraid of questions because truth never fears being examined. Have a good day, guys.